guess who's here after lying yesterday saying there wasn't going to be a chat today? Oh well, what can I say? This is uh this is just one of them things. Oh, Diana, it's your first chat. Oh, that's yeah, because I started seeing your name this week. Hello to my all my moderators. There sees a couple of them here in the house. I'm glad you guys could come for this surprise. It's not quite a pop up because I did give advance notice, but it's pretty damn close. I I felt so bad yesterday because you guys were so patient, and man, that was just I don't know what happened. We haven't had drama like that with technical issues in months. I guess my ass got spoiled. And then last night, of course, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And it was, I don't know, what, 15 to 20 minutes of drama. But most of you hung around. And so I wanted to let you know I appreciated your loyalty and your, come on, Deb, you could do it. Because I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just like, I'll just close out the show. But I felt guilty because you guys were there. So we kept trying until it finally worked. But what I wanted to do today was kind of, do something a little light and more interesting, more audience involvement. We did something like this a few, well, maybe a month, 6 weeks or so ago, where we talked about Dusties, and I showed you some of the things that they had posted up on my Facebook wall and in some groups I'm in and right here on the YouTube channel. So I decided to do that again because, unfortunately I deleted a lot of stuff before I really thought about, doing a show like this because I could have had dozens of unbelievable stuff, but they were so stupid. I just delete. And then I thought, oops, I should have kept those or screenshotted them first. But it's good to do something a little more light because if you've heard me talk about it or seen the promo banner I'm having a thing at the end of the month called May Days. It's going to be 5 live streams in a row. 5 days of live streams, and all the topics are pretty heavy. I'm booking some guests for them. It's going to be some wow stuff that's going to have you, blinking, and one or two things might be triggery for a couple of people. So I'm going to put up, it's been suggested that I put up a notice, so I'm going to do that. But let's get into this. Let's start by looking at some of these slides. Is what we want to do is I'm going to show you some stuff, and then we're going to talk about it because from my perspective, most of these things are dudes just begging for women's attention. I mean, it's just, you might have a different opinion, and you guys feel free to share what your thoughts in the chat room. If you have somebody you think would be interested in sharing in this levity, be sure to send them a link and invite them to the show. And here we go. Okay, so here's the first one. Can a single mother teach her son how to be a man? Now, I want you to know that some of these were sent to me from people. I'm not sure where they got them from. Some of them came from their own phones. But the ones that I put up, which this is one of them, came from Facebook groups and from the wall. This is from a group, and this is a group of people that are supposed to be 40 and over. So, here they are asking about, can a single mother teach her son how to be a man? A lot of them were raised by a single mother. Motherfucker, are you a man? Why would you ask this redundant, stupid ass question? Of course, a woman can raise a boy to be a man. Now, what it's going to take, though, from what I see, is a woman who is very clear on that's what her son is. You don't want to be like Charlize Theron, or however you say her name, where she got her son in as black kid and dressing him like a girl. For his whole life, she's done that to him, and so little boy, is all fucked up. So, in a situation like this, we do have some single mothers that baby their sons, right? We do know that. We talk about those people. But on the probability, can a woman accomplish this task? Absolutely. Can she do a great job? Absolutely. And she just like I said has to stay focused. She just got to stay focused. So now that's my comment on that because this is the kind of stuff, they throw this out there because they want to say that women can't because they want to make themselves feel relevant. And needed. That's the overriding theme with a lot of these posts that you'll see. They want to feel important. They want to feel needed. They want to feel desired. They want to feel liked. They want to feel like, there's somebody important in your life, even though you are a complete stranger. You don't know these dudes. And even if you do, it might be somebody you met online or something. You don't really know them. You know what I mean? And here they are begging for attention. So that's my take on it. Exactly. So someone in the chat room, somebody Hamilton says, these Dusty be acting like women get pregnant by immaculate conception, and it's true. There ain't no woman yet got pregnant without a sperm being involved. And some women do go and get, the artificial insemination, but there's still sperm involved, and that's their choice. Most women get it, the regular way from interactions with a male. So I don't know. I just think this was stupid. Yeah, I'm drinking that LaCroix because I have to keep my throat wet. When I start talking about dusty shit, my throat gets dry. You know this. It's happened too many times. All right, so let's see. What's the next one? Or did I say shift? Okay, here we go. Here's the second slide. This one is an advice question, and I want you guys, it was in a group of people for over 50. I need some advice for a friend, she says, because maybe my words aren't too clear. She has been dating this guy for 6 months now, and things are going good, except for the fact that she has never been to his house, met his friends or family. He hardly ever does anything financial for her. She's always taking care of him, such as sending him a cash app and bringing him dinner at his job and paying for everything when they are out. Okay, so where's the going good part? Okay, well, let me keep reading. He does his emotional part by telling her everything she wants to hear, calling her and showing his love when they are together. But the fact is that they hardly ever spend time together and she hardly sees him, only when she drops off his dinner at his job. So my thing is, could he be living a double life and just be using her? Or could he really be a solo kind of man in a financial struggle and doesn't know how to express himself? Keep in mind, this came from a group of people this is either 40 and over or 50 and older. I don't remember which one. I should have put it in there, but this is and my title so much dust you like that. Me and Lady Boss worked that out today. Uh, yeah, this is so much dust. That's why I came prepared with LaCroix because I'm telling you, every time I talk about this, I just get choked up. My throat chakra becomes blocked. But I mean, let's think about this. Now, how could you be over 40 years old and still be this dumb? That you don't see the motherfucker. He don't do shit for you. He don't spend no time with you, but yet she qualifies that as going good. Do you guys see some going good that I don't see? I mean, I'm open to interpretation because, I don't see it. I just, I admit though that I am sometimes very harsh, but I don't see it. I'm just saying, I don't see where it could be going good if you don't see them. So this is the kind of thing that makes me wonder, why women settle. What it is that you're looking for, that you're so hungry for, that you would settle for this kind of situation where you're being nothing but used. He just makes you feel good by talking shit to you. But that's the same kind of shit that you get up in churches, right? Women take their asses up to the church and sit there and give them their money and cook and clean and do all the shit for the pastor because he makes them feel good. So, Christian, I don't dare drink wine after last night. I'm gonna wait till the weekend. Cause if I start drinking wine, I might never stop. I mean, like bottle after bottle. So nah, I'm gonna wait till the weekend. Sprung, but that could be. But it's yeah, because she says they hardly calling and showing his love when they are together. Okay, but she hardly ever spends time with him. So she sounds like a cooking, food delivering booty call when he wants it kind of setup. I don't know, but anyway, I thought this was good to put on here because people who are new to this channel need to understand this is the kind of stuff that we discuss here. This is the kind of games that we be exposing, and this is the kind of nonsense that uh dudes, the games that dudes be running on you when you simple minded and you don't have any kind of boundaries or standards. And I do a lot of work here to make sure that you understand why you need to have them and how to set them and how to reinforce them and keep them. So if you're new here, you've never, this kind of shit that's on this slide sounds pretty familiar to you. It sounds normal. It sounds like the kind of stuff that you've been involved in or your friends been involved in. Let me explain to you, this is not a relationship. And if this is what you have been settling for, then you have a lot to learn and you need to be here and welcome because you need to learn what's going on over here. Oh yeah, DoorDash, but he keeping his money, so she brings the shit to him for free. See? So he's making out like a bandit, and she just getting screwed, and not even literally, cause he don't spend no time with her. Hey, he feel like he could bump her head. She giving him money too. I mean, that nigga will starve waiting for me to give him even a chicken wing. It ain't gonna happen. All right, so let's go to the next one. Here's one that came from that same similar, thread. It's a good woman's not interested in your money or your status. What she wants from you is your time, your loyalty, your love, and commitment. That's what she wants. And I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, okay, why is it that black men always want black women? It's got to be a either or thing with them. You ain't gonna get both. You can't have a man who you get his time and his loyalty and his love and his heart, his commitment, and his money and his status. Why? Because they don't have no money, they don't have no status. So they come offering these other things and thinking that that's supposed to be good enough while you come up with all the money and all the status. No, fuck that shit. Now I'm not doing that. You got to come. You got to be the whole package. You want to keep a hold of me, and that's the kind of thing like so many women settle and give men, they doing too much. You're giving too much. And then you wonder why you feel depleted and empty inside and crying and lonely and your heart's broken and there's something missing in your life because you settled for some bullshit like this. And this guys, these dudes put these kind of memes out. Let me put it back over there. They put these kind of memes out because it's part of a brainwashing pattern. They put these things out so that you guys, if you repeat anything too enough times, you'll start to believe it. Well, stupid people will. And if you see something, the same message over and over enough times, then you start to believe that too. This repetition is a kind of brainwashing technique used by NLP, neuro linguistic programmers. Okay, this is like there's a whole video on this channel about it, how that works and how they use touch, voice, and looking at you and judging what you respond to in order to program your mind. Ladies, if you are not familiar with that kind of game, you need to check out that video. I'll try to remember to link to it, right around here somewhere. It'll be like up, up here. And you just click that and you need to listen and learn because this is the kind of shit that men are, teaching each other. They're teaching, they're holding classes in it and workshops and doing whole videos and stuff about how to NLP and how it works to control women's minds. And once they get your mind, it's real easy to get your in your house, to get your resources, to have access to your children if they some unsavory type of dude, your access to your line of credit. I mean, all kind of shit goes on with women who don't understand the game that's being run on them and how it's being done. So when you see things like this online, ignore them. If you see a guy who posts this kind of stuff, you should unfriend him or hide him from view or whatever, depending on what platform you on, don't make sure that you stay far away from that kind of dude because he is one of the ones doing the programming. Whether he's going to benefit from it or not, there's thousands of them out there helping each other. Okay, and here you are just like a sitting duck because you don't understand what's happening. That's what I do on this channel is break down games that men run, as many of them as I can think of, and there's always some new ones. But that's what I do here. There's like almost going on 600 videos on this channel about bullshit ass games that men run and exposing it via advice letters and video chats like this. Okay, so you see this shit, you be very aware of what they're trying to do to get you to accept what they want to give you instead of the whole pie like you want. Don't ever settle. Okay, next slide. Now, this one is another one where they're trying to convince you that what they like is important and what you need to do. Ladies, take note. Men like to be taken out on a date too. Men like to be taken out on a date too. Okay, I mean, if that's your husband, your fiance, some shit, and you got a wedding date set and all this other stuff happening, then sure. It's his birthday. He just got a promotion. It's y'all's anniversary and stuff, but you take each other out on that kind of day. Um, something real, something special, then yeah, you could take him out. You could do that. But just your average nignog, just sitting up here talking about, to complete strangers, knowing that most of the women are single, promoting this kind of thing. Again, this is that NLP designed to give you, keep beat this shit into your head so that you think that this is okay and this is what you're supposed to do and that you're pleasing him. Fuck him. Nigga, you want to take yourself out. They be taking themselves out when they get ready and paying for themselves. And all these niggas, they buying them rounds of drinks. And yeah, man, I got the tab, man. Don't worry about it, man. Acting like a big baller and shit. But when it comes to a woman, they don't want to spend $20. But they want your pussy. They want, to stay at your house. They want to do you cooking and cleaning for them and all kind of stuff. But for you, you have to take them out. I'm with Latonia. I'm not paying for shit. I'm not buying a motherfucker a stick of gum. I'm just not doing it. Yeah, Chan, me too. That's why I put them on here. You know, it's like these are the kind of things, and you see these things repeatedly all over the internet, especially on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Well, not so much Twitter, Instagram, and yeah, mainly Instagram. They put this kind of stuff up. Facebook and Instagram is where I've seen the most. Just trying to get black women to, to give them what they want so they can act like a fucking fairy princess. Pieces of shit. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I'm seeing y'all. I'm watching y'all going over here. Yeah, NFL tickets $100 each, but they can't take one. They be bitching about spending $25. She need to go in half. No, you go in whole by yourself. How about that? And I'm gonna go out with my girlfriends, and we're gonna have shrimp and lobster and crabs and champagne and shit, and be happy that we ain't covered with dust by socializing with your broke ass. Yeah, they crazy, and they won't be wanting all the pussy, all the convenience of you being something special to them. But then they turn right on and tell you, yeah, but we ain't really dating. Who told you that? We just kicking it. We just having a good time. Now, this picture was sent to a young woman who sent it to me, saying that when she gave him a Google number, right? And he was mad. I guess he called it and realized it was a Google number. And dude got an attitude because she wanted a real number so he could harass her. And she dodged that bullet. And this is what he sent her. Who does that? Who does that? Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Why would you take a picture? Hey, you guys like my creativity? I got to get my digs in wherever I can. And I thought to do that, put that no dusties up there. But yeah, look at this. Look at this shit right here. I'm like, I don't know. See, that's what I just can't do. Dudes be always sending me these, on because I'm really only on Facebook and Twitter. I have an Instagram now, but I only use it to promote the show. I don't really do too much else on it. And these dudes be sending me these notes, and they want to be your friend, right, on Facebook and Twitter and what you call it. And then they're like, oh, how are you? What are you doing? It's like, I'll be real clear. It's like I'm here to work. This is I'm here to promote my business venture and my show, and I'm not here to find a man. Well, we can be friends. No, we can't, says Deborah. I have enough friends. I'm not trying to make any, especially that live on the other side of the world. What would be the point of that? And then they just get, like all bent out of shape. Well, I was just trying to be friendly. Well, I don't want you to be friendly. I want you to get the fuck up out my inbox. And then I block them. So that's how I do that. Yeah, he looked like Jabba the Hutt. Oh, well, he has a few fewer rolls, but he's still headed in that direction. If he keep eating, he gonna be right up in there. And got the nerve to be pulling on his man boobs. Oh my God. Just unbelievable. Just too fucking dusty. Now here's another one. Now this one was real interesting. I roasted this dude. This was in one of the over 50 threads. What you call it, groups. And he was honestly, well, he seemed to be honestly confused about why a woman that he was pursuing that he knew had been in abusive relationships would not come running to his ass. And he's like, ladies, why would a woman run away from a man who wants to treat her better, especially after being in abusive relationships? Okay, now, what does that mean? I'll tell you how I took it. He felt like since she had been abused and he's talking all this game rap about how he's going to treat her so much better and all this stuff, that she's supposed to just run into his arms and give him everything he wants because he's like supposed to be like her, knight in shining armor savior or some shit. Now all the nigga has done is talk. He ain't done nothing. He hasn't like put forth any effort. He hasn't set something up for the woman so she could be safe in a different environment. Maybe if she got a kid or two, you know what I mean? He hasn't done anything except talk. And so I pointed that out to him. It's like I'm sure that her other relationship with the dude that turned abusive started that same way. Oh, I'll treat you good. I'm a good black man. I'm this, I'm that. And then what ends up happening? So I said, you're just talking shit and you're not actually doing anything. So why would she want to, run to you? I mean, plus he was not cute anyway. He was not cute. He was not my flavor at all. So, and then don't you think if the woman has been in an abusive relationship, maybe she might be a little skittish. She might need some time to clear her head and heal and get her mind right and figure out what she did wrong and how she chose this dude. There's a lot of confused feelings going on for a woman who just got out of an abusive relationship. And she may even be scared that the dude is going to stalk her or something. You don't know the whole story. So there's a lot going on with a woman just fresh out of a situation like this. And dude just wasn't having it. All he could think about is like, well, I want her and I promise that I'm gonna treat her good, and she still rejected me. That's what you black women don't want, a good black man. You just want somebody who's gonna beat your ass. I bet you she gonna go. And he went down this whole thing. But it's like, dude, I mean, what are you offering the woman that would make her want to come to you? That's gonna make her feel solid and safe. I don't know, you guys. I just was, it just seems to me this was just another one of those entitled kinds of things where he felt like because he was offering not to beat her ass, that instantly made him, so much better than the other dude and that she should just run to him just on the strength of that alone. So that's my take on that. If you have one, I would love to hear your opinion. I'm gonna be looking up. I'm looking on it. Oops, I accidentally closed the chat, so I have to open it back up. Sorry. And look and see what everybody's talking about. Okay. Uh huh. They don't tell us nothing. You right, Dana. Beast Coaster. That's what I'm talking about. It's just conversation. And like I said, I'm sure the poor woman, she got trapped in a situation that she was in before based on somebody talking some good smack. And that's what I always tell young ladies, don't change your life or do anything different than what you're doing based on a man's conversation. Based on his yapping, his jaws, his mouth. He's just talking a bunch of shit, and it sounds good. It certainly sounds good, and you want to believe it, of course. And you will hope that he's telling it like it is, but there's no proof of it. He hasn't done anything. It's all mouth. And so when you have a situation like that, he might be trying to do just like the dude in the other slide, just making you feel good, but he has no intention of actually busting a grape. So you have to make sure that he walks the walk, not only talks the talk, he got to be walking the walk too. All right. Oh, don't tell him you're a licensed gun carrier. No, they don't need to know nothing. These women be giving out their ATM numbers, all kind of crap to these clowns. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You was really tripping. All right, let's go to the next one. I don't know how many of these I have or where I am. I guess I should have kept track. Okay, now this one was sent to me by one of my Facebook friends. And she said she added in the email, this is a text exchange with the well known cosmetic dentist in the metro Detroit area. His nickname is Panty Man. This is a man with a PhD. So you know how they always talk about they a good black man, and they only want thugs, and they black women this, and you don't choose the good man and all this old shit, right? This is an example of why black women avoid those professional men. They so stuck on themselves, and just because somebody has an education and a fancy job does not mean that they not some goddamn fucking hood rat in the mind. And that's what this dude is. Who does this? He asked the woman, "What's up?" Right? And then she responds. And then he says panties. And she's like, "You know what? He would love to suck your toes and have your panties as a beginning step," he says. And then she just didn't respond, right? So then he's like, so? He's actually thinking somebody's going to respond positively to that. That's the best you can do. That's how you come at somebody. And you have a business and a professional name, and this is what I mean about black men. They don't have no sense. It's like you worked for all of that kind of stuff, especially if this woman, now this I don't know, but if he's acting like this with one of his patients, see, that right there is a problem for your dental license, my brother. But they don't think about stuff like that. They just think, your reputation, your income, everything that could affect your life. They don't think about that. They think with their dick. And it's just so amazing to me. He wanted to wear, I will wear him, hold him. Who knows what the hell he wants, to tell you the truth. Oh, and I'm sure she could. She's a real cute girl. And she could probably get like all kind of knee deep up in his wallet. But when you have to do stuff, you got these dudes that have these weird fetishes, and they're just strange. There's something wrong with them. And so it's like I've noticed that about a lot of nerdy type of geeky dudes. They have some strange proclivities. They're not right normal, and it's kind of icky. So you don't really know what you're supposed to do with them. And you get this socialization that these guys are the kind of man that you should look for a husband. But then look at what you got to go through and got to deal with to have it. As most women say, that's why the thugs are so popular, because they at least they normal. They normal dudes. They got some little Mickey Mouse job or whatever. They may have had a run in behind bars or whatever. But it's not this weird shit like this. So I don't know. He wanted to get the draws. You think that's what he was talking about? But he's causing, oh, I'd like to have your panties. I hope that's not what was going on. You just gonna mess me up. I'll be thinking about that shit all day. That's just terrible. So they nicknamed him Panty Man. Yeah, they have phone lines for that, but folks got to pay. They ain't trying to pay. Here's the next one. Now, this one was on the YouTube wall for the channel. This guy, I don't quite know what to say about him. I don't remember which video it was under. Shit, I should have wrote that down. I forgot. But it's on there somewhere. I could find it again. But actually, if you go and you search, like you search on through the videos for this name, it'll come up. So it's the one where it was from the Blog Talk show about the cheap men. I think that's what, because I see Ivan. So he agrees with Ivan. Remember, Ivan was in that video talking about his business and stuff. It's that one. So he says creativity is a feminine trait and that it has no place when you are courting a woman. And notice how he capitalized no. No place when you're courting a woman. Okay, so a man who feels like he doesn't need to be creative is going to be a boring ass man. He's going to be boring on dates. He's going to be boring in conversation. He's going to be boring in bed. And what's going to essentially happen is you will be bored right on out the relationship because he has no creativity and it feels like it doesn't belong in the relationship. And I wondered what he thought, if that's feminine and that means that you're a feminine trait. Guys who had creativity and did things like invent cars, the Ford dude, or airplanes, the Wright brothers, or ship engines, the transatlantic ocean liners, or helicopters, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, electric stoves, cell phones, small computers that didn't take up a whole room. Essentially, our smartphones are computers. You get on the internet, you send emails, you can do all kind of shit with that shit. Okay, those are little computers that you can hold in your hand. Whereas in my lifetime, computers used to take up a whole room. Okay, a whole room with these giant pieces of metal. I mean, just they had to have cooling fans. It was a nightmare. And then they got smaller and smaller, 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 smaller until now they're in your hand. Okay, they're even on watches. I have a smartwatch. Okay, they're smaller than a phone. So these are people that had creativity and they had genius behind it. Without those men and women with that level of vision and creativity, we would still be living in the Stone Age. So I have a super chat. Thank you. Who was it? Thanks, Lady Boss. I sure did miss it because I'm all like a little I'm all in my world over here. But it just got me thinking, electric lights. I mean, the wheel. I mean, all of these things were visions of people who were creative. So I mean, I don't understand what this guy's called. He's saying that's a feminine trait, and he's putting that's to put it down. You know what I mean? To say that it's is to dismiss it and discount it and make it like it has no value by associating it with women. That was what he was essentially trying to do. So I had to roast his ass, and it's like I said, it's on the wall what I said to him. If you want to see it, but I just wanted you guys to see this because um, is let if you run into a guy who has this kind of mindset where anything that is like fun and different and unique and that has vision and makes you excited about something, he sees that as a feminine trait, which in his mind is a negative trait. So when you see a man like this, you want to run from his ass because his ass is going to bore you to death. You will be bored out of your freaking mind. Yeah, it is very sad. It's very, very sad. And, I don't know what made him think that, but I thought, wow, this is kind of, dude, you got some issues. You got issues. All right, let's go to the next one. Yeah, Netflix and chill shit. He probably don't even want to do that because to get a Netflix subscription, you have to be creative. All right, here's another one. This was also posted on my YouTube channel wall, under which video I do not remember. But whatever it didn't have nothing to do with virginity, which is what he's talking about. And he wonders if there are any black Christian women 18 and over that are virgins. And I'm like, okay, he wants his wife to be a virgin. And, he got that one of them Hotep names, Akbar X. And so then this other person, this Ray Johnson person, comes along talking about his younger sister. But she's only a virgin because she's fat. Notice how he insults his sister. Then he comes back and tells me that the reason why men would want a virgin is because there's less chance of her cheating. And that's what they believe. That's what they that's what he believes. Any man who's stupid and believes that, let me break something down for you. Let me explain to you how this is going to go. First of all, a man who wants a virgin has a little dick. Ladies, you must know this. Because a man who's proud of his dick wants as many women as possible to experience the wonderful joy that he's going to be delivered because he's the coxman. Okay? That's how they think. And he not trying to be, like all dealing with somebody who don't know what they doing in bed. He's like gonna be laying some pipe, and he wants somebody who can take it and who can deliver it. Okay, so he's like, yeah, whatever, little girl, get some experience, and then come check me out. Number two, yeah, he's insecure because he can't fuck and he got a little dick. Those are the only two reasons why a man with a sister he has to have a virgin. He wants somebody that doesn't have any knowledge about anything to be able to compare. It's not necessarily less chance of disease because just because somebody never fucked don't mean they didn't do everything else. Don't get it twisted. I used to go to school, and it was a bunch of girls that went to a Catholic school. These white girls, honey, they was doing all kind of, they was doing butt stuff before I even knew what that was. Okay, and you know why? Because they had to save the other thing for when they got married. That's what they told me. I was like 15 years old, and they was doing everything under the sun and went to a Catholic school. So, people who believe that don't believe that shit. I mean, you might if she's a very religious, person and very chaste type of woman and all that kind of stuff. But these girls was not like that. So, I mean, technically they were virgins though. Okay, but hoes in every other aspect of the world word. And so, also what guys don't think about is when you have a woman and she was a virgin when she got with you. I mean, that's going to last for a while. It could last as long as 10 years. At some point, she's going to be around other women and she's going to pick up Cosmo and something's going to happen. And she's going to realize that she is missing out on a lot of sexual satisfaction and variety just looking at you. And then she's going to tip out or divorce you. It's going to be one of them two things because she's going to realize that there's a whole world out there that she hasn't experienced yet and she wants to do it because you're holding her back with your insecurity and your little dick. And she's going to get a hold of some, Daquan them or somebody, Lance, or even, what's that little, well, I'm not going to say dude's name, but, you she gonna get a hold of somebody gonna get a hold of her that knows what he's doing in bed, and she's gonna wake up and she's gonna forget all about you and she gonna be gone. That's what happens to a lot of these white boys. They go and get them little Asian women, and next thing you know they all by themselves, and she off with somebody else, skin glowing and grinning from ear to ear because the dude is putting it down in bed. And he got just as much money as you, and even if he doesn't, she doesn't care because now she's a citizen and she can got a job and make her own money. So she's not tripping like that. You trying to keep these women in a cage, or with your worries and insecurity about what she done with her pussy before you came along, and then, you know, I'm just telling you, the men really need to stop worrying about what happened with a woman's pussy before they came along, because getting that worked up about it is guaranteed to blow up in your face. Trust me. You need to just get you a woman with some experience and be happy and go on with your life. because this is just ridiculous. But to see them, to see them have this conversation and for dude to put his sister's business on Front Street like that, I was like, wow, people just have no kind of decorum at all. That's no kind of concern for nothing. All right, now look at this little booger bear. This a little booger bear right here. Um, he is talking about he wants the woman to call him daddy. She's like, who this? He's like, daddy. You ain't my daddy, nigga. And then she busted him out talking about, you used to fuck with my cousin Tay. And he's like, I never did nothing with her. And so I ain't daddy no more. I'm like, oh my God, the desperation for people's attention. The thirst level is just unbelievable. And why you gonna think somebody wants you calling them daddy? Aren't you trying to run through all the women in the family? Don't you know how gross and disgusting that is? What the cousins supposed to get together and compare notes? I mean, really? I don't know. When she got something from another man years later into marriage, she was hooked and said it was so much better than her husband. Of course it was. That's why they want a virgin because they want somebody that doesn't have any, basis for comparison to be able to tell them you don't know what you doing. You ain't hitting it right. Your dick is too small. You don't last long enough. See, they don't want to hear all of that. They want to act like whatever they give her is, the norm and the standard, and that she's supposed to be happy with it and excited about it, and that's all that there is. What men should do, if you have insecurities about your body, insecurities about your ability to deliver pleasure to a woman, get your ass into some books and read and learn. Stop thinking that you're supposed to magically know this stuff because you a man. You don't know shit. Just think about you had to get toilet trained. You didn't know how to wipe your ass and direct your pee into the toilet when you were a kid. Do you think that you magically know how to fuck? It's a skill that you have to develop just like anything else. Saying your ABCs, eating with a knife and fork, bathing yourself, it's all a learned skill. Fucking is learned. Okay, or being able to do it well anyway. You have to learn it, and you do learn it by reading books, getting information, and then putting the information that you learn into practice. Okay, you all don't want to learn nothing. All these men, I already know how I don't need to read no book. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you trying to get lessons from bum niggas out at the barber shop and stuff like that. They don't know what the fuck they doing either. And don't think that because you got some of the biggest. Oh my God! Remember that scene in When Harry Met Sally? How Meg Ryan was doing all that. I been in college, all these white girls would sit there like we'd be, like in dorm, how they have the dorm rooms open up and stuff, and so everybody going from room to room, and they just talking about how they be, faking with these dudes, and would sit there and go through this whole thing, grabbing sheets and flipping their hair around and grabbing their hair and going through all these commotions, and I just used to sit there and look at them because it's like, when people are really in that moment, they not doing all that. So guys should be understanding if you got somebody putting on this whole world class porn performer show, she's faking. Cause that's not really no, that don't be happening. Every you get like, rigor mortis or something. But that's and another thing is, I'm just saying, they used it was some amazing shit, and then they would just stop midstream, mid act, and just start laughing. And just think about all the white boys that thought that they was putting it down, and they was just major fucking and doing all. They just knew they was just putting it down, and these girls were just fucking with their heads and making them feel like they was something and blowing them up because they wanted to like get married or whatever. These dudes were from good families. They had money. They had good names. The family had power, whatever. They wanted to get that, what he had. And they were beautiful girls and smart and educated and came from nice families themselves. But they were doing all that with an agenda. And it was to fluff up his ego and make him feel like he was somebody big in bed because they know that's what men want to feel like. And these girls are just doing the most. I never seen no shit like that. I'm telling you, it's good to be, in an area where you're very, it's very racially integrated because you get to learn stuff that you would otherwise never get to, here, once they get comfortable with you, they be telling you everything. And I probably learn more than I need to know. But yeah. So dudes, if you got a woman that's doing all of that, and then you gonna turn around and be real stupid. Okay, this is the real stupid thing. Niggas do this shit too. This ain't just white boys that do this dumb shit. Okay, why do they ask you, how many times did you come? 972. Maybe it was 73. I don't know. I lost count. And I mean, why would you ask somebody that? You ready to hear the truth? None, motherfucker, because you can't fuck. I just wanted to fake it so you could hurry up and get off of me and I could go on with the rest of my day. That's what she really wants to say to you. But because she likes you or loves you or, whatever, she's not going to tell you that because it would just shatter what little bit of ego that you got. But in reality, that's what it is. Motherfucker, you stupid. If you got to ask a woman how many times she came, that means none. Okay? None. That's what that means. If she really had, you wouldn't have to be asking her. You would know. So the fact that you sitting up there asking her, number one, shows that you don't know what the fuck you doing in bed. Number two, it shows you stupid. And number three, it shows that you need to go and read some books and learn something about female anatomy because you not doing it right. That's what that means. That's what that means. I'm just saying, honey, but it's true. Don't be acting like I'm the only one. That's the only one I will kick a motherfucker out of my bed. I'm like mid stroke. Up, get up. Get up, get out. I've done it. Because, I'm just not all that stuff. And don't be sweating on me either. I don't like that shit either. You better do something about that. Put some deodorant on your hairline or something. I don't like all that. You be dripping on me. You got to be like your hands is windshield wipers and shit because motherfucker sweating so much. He's so out of shape. He's all huffing and puffing and breathing all hard and stuff. Got that funky breath. Oh, I'm having flashbacks to my youth. But a lot of dudes really cannot fuck. I just want them to understand. You don't know what you're doing in bed. You need to learn. You want some woman like me, you run into some woman like this, you're going to break your ass off something and hurt what little feelings that you have. All right, let's move on. Because we're going to get away from daddy. Because he's just a trip. Okay, now. This is a common thing, okay? Begging for attention once again. Begging, begging, begging. He wants to have some time. He feels like because he showed interest in you, that you are obligated to show interest in him back. He needs that. He wants it. Why would you not give him the time of day when he's showing interest? These are the kind of dudes, when you tell them no, or you tell them I'm not interested in what you're talking about. These are the ones that be like, well, street harassment type of situation, right? You should be happy because somebody was paying attention to you. A bitch, you ugly anyway. Oh, so now I'm ugly, but a minute ago you was practically salivating, chasing me down the street, lying fuck. Stop lying to yourself. You think you gonna run that game on me, nigga? I know better. Your feelings is hurt. That's what it is. Because you anticipated you was going to get some draws. Well, you ain't getting shit here, motherfucker. No, not today. Not next week. Not never. Not going to happen. You're not worthy. And that's essentially what, you don't have to say the words, but they understand that's what that means. You're not worthy. So, stop. And stop chasing women down the street anyway, all thirsty motherfucker. That's just gross. Get you some Gatorade. Quench that thirst. I don't even, I'm just really just kind of shocked and appalled. I don't know what to say about these dudes. Why does this chat keep getting stuck? Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah. So yeah, they want to have a reason why that you didn't give him the attention that he wanted. You didn't acknowledge him the way that he wanted you to. You didn't give him your your number, whatever it was he wanted, your name. You didn't give it to him, and so he's upset and he want to know why. Why did you not do that? And I'm like, what are we supposed to be, the EEOC, the equal opportunity for every motherfucker that comes along? I mean, you might be ugly, you might be fat. No, these are not young. Roy Chest, you did not hear what I said. These came from groups of people 40 and 50, over 40, 40 and over, and another group is 50 and over. These are not youngsters. These are middle aged men. So I know what you're trying to do, like discount it, like it can't be people in your age group or whatever. Not true. Not at all true. These are some old stupid motherfuckers. Cause sometimes you just get older, you don't get no smarter, and this is the case here. So they looking for somebody to have given them a chance because he wants one. Exactly. I don't know you, ain't trying to know you, never thought about you, and won't think about you in the future either. Just go away. You know. I just don't understand that. Why dudes think that because they're interested in a woman that she has to be interested back. It's like that Elliot Rogers thing, and then they get mad. And we're gonna be doing a show on this too. For May Days, I have some guests that's gonna come in and talk about. I mean, like professional psychologists gonna come in and talk about what the fuck is wrong with men these days, where they feel entitled. I'm telling you, this May Days is gonna be rocking. So if you are not one of my subscribers, you need to become one so you can get the scoop on what is going to be going on that final week of May on this channel, because it's going to be bamming, jamming, on fire. I'm making sure of it. I can do fiery topics 5 days in a row, but I had to, break that shit up in February. That was too many days. But I can do five, and it's gonna be hot around here. So luckily I have some moderators. Maybe you guys won't want to break it up so everybody don't have to be here 5 days. But you know, switch off or something. Maybe we should get another moderator just in case. But I anticipate it's going to be pretty busy. But yeah, that was the thing. So let me show you guys some more. I got a couple of more things here to talk about. All right, now this dude, this was kind of spooky. Well, not kind of, take kind of out. This was spooky. This dude was straight up just exposing his pedophile side with his face and everything. I don't know if that's his real name. I don't know if this is his real name. This is just a screenshot of what it is. People can use any picture and any name online. So that does not necessarily mean that it's him. I'm very aware of that. I'm going by what he said. And what he was directing it to this lady, and that's who gave me the thing. Um, you know, that it's not harmful to children to be sexually abused if they enjoy it, he says. Children can learn to with an older partner if they give with no with consent. Okay, motherfucker, did you miss the part where minors can't give consent? So see, that's what they're trying to do now, is lower the age of consent. They're very focused on this. They're very focused on this trans stuff and having every kid claim that that's what they are. And they're very focused on this lowering the age of consent for children to, 10 and under. Y'all with kids better watch the fuck out and stay on top of this shit. I'm trying to tell you. My daughter's an adult and she doesn't, don't look like she be having any kids soon. But otherwise, I'll be leading the charge on that shit. But I can, I'm only one person. I got to kind of focus on one thing at a time. And right now, I'm focused on women's rights and abortion rights. And I can't do everything. So those of you with little kids, you have my full support. I'll post something up. I'll write something if you want me to. But this is something you need to be very aware of. If you are not in the know about this activity going on in our culture, well, actually, it's going on around the world, but it's very focused and organized thing where they're trying to get these laws changed to lower this age of consent for children. You need to be aware that there are men like this out here, and this is what they think. So, you have little kids, you have little nieces, nephews, granddaughters, grandsons, This is what they're up against. I think if I, this, I would not be having any kids. I wouldn't be having any. Human race could just fucking die out. That's in Japan. That's like the women are like, fuck it. They keep saying like, in 50 years it's not gonna be no more Japanese people because everybody would have died out. And the Japanese women are like, fuck all y'all. We're not thinking about you. We're not trying to be having no kids. And that's how low the birth rate is. They're not interested with that them hickey dudes, the ones that stay in the house and don't ever leave their room. They got mental issues. The women don't want to be fucking with the men at all. It's too sexist over there. The men are perverts. It's just a hot mess. I don't know what happened to Japan. It used to be like like one of the world leaders and with Sony and all that stuff. I mean, but the society is turning kind of interesting because people don't, the young people are just not really trying to be tripping. Roy Chess, stop fucking lying. I don't know what you talking about, but that's every culture. Niggas whether they involved in the actual legal thing or not. These motherfuckers are out here following schoolgirls up and down the street. Don't even come on my show with that bullshit. Like all these women up here, half of them have experienced the shit firsthand, and you coming here trying to deny it. That's not our culture, motherfucker. Stop lying. Niggas are some of the worst ones. Perpetrate the most kind of foul shit against little kids, young girls. Fucking freaks, even in our own families. Just nasty fucking dogs. So, and these men have these women, you mess with these fools to get out of prison. And the next thing you know, I told you about the lady who's messing around with this stupid convict and come home and leave the boy to, the man to babysit her son. I forgot where she went. She wasn't gone that long. But anyway, she comes back and finds dude balls deep up in her little boy's ass. 7 years old. Kid screaming and crying. And this was her jailbird ass boyfriend. He heard of R. Kelly, but see, black men like him be on trying to be in denial and act like it's only white men, it's only Mexican men, it's only this. No, it's all men. All men around the world are fucking pervert freaks when it comes to little kids. It's too widespread for it to just be any one race. But that doesn't mean that any one race is excluded. All men are fucking nasty when it comes to little girls and little boys. So, I just don't, I don't want to, we're not going to be having that kind of discount talking about that's not ours, that denial of shit. That's the problem in the black community now. People don't want to talk about it. They try to act like, it doesn't happen. It's only other races. That's how the shit gets perpetrated and, gets allowed to perpetuate itself through generations in a family because everybody's too quiet. Don't nobody want to say nothing and don't nobody want to turn in the person who's doing this or the persons. They just try to avoid them. And well, we don't want another black man in prison. I'm like, put that motherfucker under the prison after you cut his dick off. That's my solution. Yeah, all of them. They're all crazy. And so, what I'm saying, you guys, you women be trusting these men too much. And you got these dudes like this trying to say like it's not true. And when, too many women, I mean, every woman that I know has had some kind of drama with a man, a teenage boy or a man at some point in her life. So fuck all that. All right, let's move on to the next one. I wish I remembered which one was the last one. Oh, okay. Now this dude, he was just like the ultimate in dust levels here. Um, you know, he just why are you flaking on me? She's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't talked to you in like since earlier in the year, this and that. And then he's like, you send me this dick picture and stuff, and so I'm like, really trying to deal with you. And so then he says, but why you get mad though? Like, okay, what she's supposed to celebrate and do Hercules to be happy because he sent her a dick pic? And she's like, I'm not tripping over you at all. Oh, so now you hate me. So see, now he's trying to paint himself as a victim, even though he's the one who was rude, disgusting, nasty, inappropriate, and predatory towards her. Now all of a sudden he's the victim because she's mad at him, you know. And then she toasted his ass at the end. I love her closing comment. You just trying to get some pussy and you can't have none of mine. my God. I thought, oh my God, this is just too good. She just took the knife out and went, in his heart. And so the dude was like all, clutching his pearls and just looking all distressed. But yeah, I love that ending. That closing line was just like, ooh, just beautiful. I want to put that shit on a t-shirt. I know you want it, but you can't have any of mine. But yeah, this is just these men just be killing me. I don't know. I'm in a bad mood. When I hate to hear stuff like that, it's when they start denying shit happens. See, it could be happening right in their under their nose, right in their family. They gotta act like, well, it doesn't happen in black families, and so there's that just can't be the case. She's lying. That's essentially what he's saying. That any woman who says that that's happened and she's black, that she's lying, she's making it up, and she just wants to see a black man in prison, and it's a false charge and all this old stuff. It's like he refuses to open his mind to the fact that how many millions of women are getting molested as children, the little girls and stuff. And okay, you think that shit's happening in a vacuum and that nobody, it's just they all making this up? That's what you're saying. All these young black women, they make all making this shit up. See, that's the kind of shit that pisses me off. Have me over here cussing and missing out on my Google revenue because they be like, nah, sister girl, you can't run no ass on that video because you done cussed out folks too much. All right. Okay, so I guess that was the last one because that's back to the first one. So, we can do this kind of show every so often. If you guys run across things that are weird, you get these weird texts like this and stuff, just send them to me. Survivingdating@gmail.com. And I get a good collection of them together and we'll roast the next group of two. Because this is the second group that's been roasted. And it's just, these are just as bad, if not worse than the first ones. But it's just really amazing to me how these guys have such weird and twisted ideas about women and sex and relationships. And it's like, if you want to know how a woman thinks and what a woman's looking for and what a woman's needs are emotionally, mentally, psychologically, physically, sexually, all this stuff, you need to listen to women. Instead, what you want to do is go in these groups with these angry, stupid men who are rejects of women, and you want to listen to them bitch and moan and complain and big up yourself and get this negative energy all stirred up. All you're doing is making yourself more undesirable for women. That's what you're doing. When you go on Reddit and you go on these pages with all these angry, bitter, dweeby, fucked up looking men with these fucked up attitudes, because really there's somebody for everybody. You don't have to be the most handsome man. You don't have to be the most richest man. But what you do have to do is be willing to meet that woman's needs. If you're not willing to meet any of her needs because you don't want to spend no money or take her out, you don't want to talk nice to her, you call her bitch and hoe and all these other things. You say all these bitches just want my money, this and that. It costs money to have a family. That whole like head of the household thing, that involves money. In case you didn't understand that means you're like the chief breadwinner or damn near the top, you and your wife doing it together, but you still making some money. Your kids cost us grip. Okay, I don't know why people think that they can. Do you know how much daycare costs? So you talking about you want to have a family, you want to have a wife, but you don't want to spend no money? Motherfucker, kids stay in your wallet. Daycare, diapers, formula, bottles, doctor visits, shots, co-payments, and don't let your kids have special needs or something like that. You can fucking forget it. Your ass is gonna be doing this. You're gonna feel like you just in a Vegas car dealer or one of them rappers making it rain with your money behind this kid. So, if these dudes talk all this smack and stuff, and they say that's what they want, but they're not willing to put the work in to get it. It's just like studying for a test or getting a college degree or passing your, certifications for your server test for Microsoft or something like that. You have to put in the work and the energy and the time in order to meet the standards of anything that you do in this world. There's standards that you have to meet, and it's the same thing if you want to get a relationship going with a woman. And if you pick a certain woman, your ass got to meet her standards, and that's just it. You don't want to do it, then you're gonna sit over there on Reddit with them other fools jacking off, looking at porn, and just being miserable for the rest of your life. So you have a choice to make. Either you give women what they want and be willing to exchange that for the happiness that she's gonna bring to you, And so you don't have to be on Reddit because you be too busy fucking and have going on vacations with your wife and kids and having birthday parties and doing all kinds of fun stuff. Or you can sit over there and be miserable with a bunch of losers. That's your choice. You're choosing to be that. And I'm telling you, it's very simple not to do that. You just gotta just make, women can feel that creepy energy and that anger that you just lying under the surface. We're very spiritual creatures. We feel it. You might come up to us and think that you're smiling. You got this grimace on your face talking about hi. But the anger is in your voice and the frustration that you felt from other situations with other women is in your eyes. And so she's reading it and she gets uncomfortable, right? So then she starts leaning away from you. If you notice women do that kind of stuff around you, that means you need to go see a shrink and work on that shit because you're exuding some toxic energy and it scares women away from you. They're scared. And so when a woman is scared and uncomfortable and she's leery and guarded, then you'll never get anywhere with her, even if she does think that you're cute. She's gonna be like, it's too scary for her. She doesn't feel safe. And that's the number one thing women will need to do is feel safe. And you guys, that put on this kind of stuff, you just don't do it. Yes, thanks, Sue. Yeah, the questions also, if you want to submit a vice question for What the Fuck Tuesday, in each show description, there's a link to the form down below. So you can either go to the website. There's great articles there. You can take a few minutes to read some, or you can just click the link that'll be in the show description and fill out the form and submit your advice question there. Try to be like succinct though. Don't be writing a damn novel. Okay, just give me the high points and then we review it and see if it has like widespread appeal or be interesting to a lot of people. Then it will appear in the column. Otherwise, it'll just kind of go in the recycle bin. Sorry. All right, but that's today's show, the little bonus show. I wasn't really gonna do one today, but I decided that after yesterday's fiasco, that I felt like I kind of owed you guys something nice and kind of giggly and informative and light for a change. And we'll get into some heavier stuff later. I will be doing the show for grandparents finally on Sunday. I have a couple of interviews set up with some of you on Saturday for the Living Your Best Life series. So I will see and talk to those of you who are set up on Saturday. Everybody else, I will see you on Sunday. And we'll be talking about grandparents who are stuck with children, raising children, even though they're seniors, on a fixed income, a lot of them, and, ailing themselves, they stuck with some kids, all right? So, you guys, thanks for stopping in. I know it was a last minute thing, but I appreciate you coming to the show. You are joined with Deborah Cooper from survivingdating.com, advice columns for many, many years. I appreciate your support and your time here. I will talk to you very soon. Bye bye.